All right, everybody, we are live. Hello, hello. Coming live to you from America for a change. Let's see if I can get this mic in a better position here. Hopefully that's good enough, though it obstructs my vision a little bit. So, hello, how is everybody doing? This is a special birthday stream. If you have noticed, last week there wasn't any stream. Just was just on the road, too busy to really be able to manage. So instead, you got a talk with Kelly Copley later on in the week as a regular video. But from today, I think onward, we should for the most part be back to the regular schedule. So I still have to actually plan it and figure out what the talks are going to be or the streams are going to be about. Today is my birthday, so it is going to be Q&A. I do hope that Nacho Connor from the Meteor team will be able to join me in a moment. And thank you. All right, I see you there, Nacho, there as well. If you follow the link I send you in Slack, you can join me, and we'll be starting with some Meteor PRs to see if we can do 2.16 release. Let's see. Hi, Nacho.
Hello, Jan. Yeah, happy birthday.
Hear my headphones.
Do you hear me?
Mind. Classical mobile setup. Let's see my sound. Oh, hearing something now.
Hello.
Hey, yes, I can hear it. Just let me check to. Okay, now I can hear perfect.
Okay. Yeah, I was saying happy birthday, Jan, first.
Thank you.
Did you plan something for your birthday there in America?
Not really. Over the weekend, I was staffing Toracon, which I was chairing 10 years ago. So it was like a blast from the past, helping the students run the con, and we were having a lot of fun till late at night. So I think I'm a bit relaxing today. Maybe have some fancy lunch or dinner. We shall see. And then I'll be probably going to the anime club meeting later today to finish watching the anime that we have started. Or I kind of jumped in the middle last Monday. So nothing really special since I'm kind of moving across, but I didn't want to be on a plane today, with my birthday and everything, especially after TrackCon. So I just wanted to have a bit of a time to relax, which actually worked out perfectly because tomorrow I'll be meeting with some great people, and maybe later today. I still have to really figure it out. So we shall see after this stream. But anyhow,
relaxing is also a good plan for your birthday.
Well, I have a good book from David Poyar. I'm going to show this one, Writing the Age of AI. So this is for creative writers like me, a must read in today's day and age. I think we might soon see programming in the age of AI coming out as well. But with that, Nacho, I think, was it last week or the week before? It must have been the week before, just before I left for America. You started the release 2.16 branch. So how did that come about?
Yeah, that is correct. I mean, myself, I have some pending work to be released in the Meteor.x version. So, because we have been focused first on the Meteor 3, because this is the top priority to deliver the proper beta, the RC, and finally to launch it. So, but there is also some work in the 2 version that needs to also be released. I have some personal ones, but this has been an opportunity to also get the
Mhm.
PRs from the community that are waiting and also release them. So we are there.
Yes, sweet. So this was kind of one of the main thing that I wanted to do again. Uh, for those who are watching me regularly, might remember that occasionally, if the star lines, we can do some PR sprints and merge things because we have a lot of PRs here added into the 2.16 branch that we could potentially make or that we can add in. So yeah, this has kind of been what I wanted to start with, to have something nice and easy to get going. And of course, with Nacho as the representative of Meteor Software, I think this will be like your first release that you will be managing. Is that correct?
Yeah, hopefully it goes well, but yeah, this is for that I need to say something for the community, some guidelines, because
Mhm.
yes, you saw with some candidates that are some PRs that are candidates for the next release. If anyone wants to watch them, just filter by the milestone, the release 2.16. So any of those PRs needs to have green checks. This is the first thing. But the other thing is
Mhm.
that they need to be merged with the latest changes on the 2.16 branches and also pass green. Really important for be truly candidates to get into the next release.
So I'll have a sample of how that looks. Usually I switch them as well. So first of all, you change the base.
Yeah,
This one I think is just a typo fix, if I remember correctly. So we'll take a look, and I think just in a README, so it doesn't really we don't really have to run
no,
text. So it's just
yeah,
adding npx here as it should be. Uh, so I think this one is absolutely fine to
yeah,
add
completely.
in, but it needs to be. You have to be very careful where you're merging it at. Also, for example, for me, I can like merge into the branches, but I cannot merge into master or devel. And also, I'm only merging if I'm like on a call with somebody from Meteor Software to make sure that we know what everybody is doing there. So I'm merging this type of fix
Yeah,
because it was just super easy. And I have added, I think, 36 PRs and open issues for this release. So let's start from the bottom. Oops. And let's see what we have here. So first of all, let's do the release 2.15 change base. It's sometimes like a bit difficult when you are like in limbo between releases where you don't have the release branch. And let's see. Customer accounts client initialization. Oh, I remember this one. Let's
yeah, the
take a
DTP
look.
URL configuration. Yeah, I already also checked this one. The thing is that, for instance, this one is from uh, Gonza Delar. So this guy needs to get the last changes from 2.16 into this branch, because this is a
Mhm.
branch in a forked repository of Meteor owned by this developer. So maybe we can update, just give a comment there
Yeah,
for them to
let's
remind them.
see. We can actually do two things. And let me check here. I won't proceed as I share, but I'm going to switch to my. Oh, this is another problem that I sometimes notice that I really want to for people to be worry about whenever you're doing feature anything. Always do it for a branch. Don't do it from your local devel, because then that makes
Yeah,
as maintainers getting in and everything, tremendously increases the potential for errors and mistakes to happen. So but because let's see, this is issue 1305. I'm going to jump. There we go. Pull request, maybe? No. Oh, I don't have this connected on my laptop. I have it all set up on my normal machine, so that's also going to be interesting. Okay, so let's skip that and let's see. This is Gonzala.
Yeah, on the past, few months ago, I also experienced something that we wanted to merge for a previous release, and I manually forget this local repository from the developer and created a new branch against ours. But yeah, it will be good if this developer can do it for us.
Yes, in this case, that's like another thing, since I don't have, say, the more advanced tool set up on my laptop here for Git Kraken. I am not fond of trying to do that right now on the fly.
Yeah.
Because that would just create. If it was like in a separate branch, then it's usually pretty fine. So we'll have to skip this one for now. Hopefully, we can manage it in time. And here we have the big one, the big kahuna, as I like to say. Here for which is a package to optimize uplock tailing performance, which at least I'm looking really much forward to.
Yeah, this one we are really excited to get it in. Yeah, we have the meeting, and this one, yeah, as you said, is the big one from this release.
So let's change the base. I think hopefully there shouldn't be, because oftentimes, since if there is no conflict between which there apparently is not from the devel, which has been kept up to date, there should not be any issue. So what we have here is the documentation, adding the tests. There were some comments that were fixed. And then there is the set uplog handle, the addition. So it's not like really a new package, but it's just extending the existing. And I do believe all the issues have been addressed. So this is another test. So not sure how are you feeling about merging this one? Want to have more look, or?
I think we need more look. First, I want to check is up to date to the 216.
Oh, it is. It is. At least it's like it's not completely up to date. That will have to be done manually here, but there is no conflicting changes. So, but in this case, did you change anything with MongoDB already in 2.16?
Only the observe async behaviors that are going to be included there, but I don't think it's going to collide with anything here. Yes. So yeah, I think we are fine maybe to merge, but I will keep this one a little bit just for me to double check a few things. And
Okay, so I've added you then as a reviewer. So whenever you are ready, I'll leave that then up to you to merge. And I think once that is done, then we can move.
There is something, sorry, that I have another question that probably I need to address with the team, but that what will happen with those new features that are added in the version Meteor 2? They are also going to be spread to the 3 release version, right?
Yes.
So maybe we need to ensure there is not failing or to adapt to the async counterpart applicable. I don't know.
Yeah. I think you will have to adapt. There will maybe potentially to adapt it to the async there. So
yeah, so this is a good point for also discuss with the team, because maybe it's better beforehand to have it adapted until we even release this 2 version. So yeah.
Yeah, so that will be part of it. Also, by the way, guys, thank you everybody for joining us today for this. If you have any questions, suggestions, feel free to post them in a chat. Since I have only one screen, I have to switch a bit, but I will do that regularly. You won't see it because I'm focusing on sharing just one tab here. So we have that one. It will be waiting for our arrival. The session storage option for accounts, I saw you commented on it, Nacho, so I will go in and fix that. Then we have here two from the Pendabot, which I think are kind of ready to be merged. Nothing. They are. It's like kind of update the
Update
branch.
branch. In those, I think if we just update branch, wait the checks, then we can merge. So
yeah, but these are in GitHub Action, and I do believe this is like really yeah, this is like docs getting the latest Netlify. This one might be actually very a little bit tricky because it's a major version update for Netlify there, but let me also move this to release 2.16. But yeah, this one I think if this passes, in this case, what we want this to pass is only the GitHub action it's affecting, which is docs and guide. So if those turn green, I think there's nothing to worry about and merge this. So
this is but it is even some bump of version, but this major bump, right? So let's wait a little bit to see.
Yeah. So build npm label. Wait, where are the docs and guide in this? It's kind of feel like missing, or I'm blind. Labeler. Strange. While we wait probably for this to go, let me jump back to the other one and prepare it as well. But hopefully once 3.0 is released, these could be, of this one for setting up Node, I think that one can be, usually that one can be released or like merged immediately because I've tested this before like on other repositories and it's not a problem. Not sure about the Netlify one. That one is more expensive. While this one is like official GitHub stuff. So there should not be any problem. So let's check code style, check syntax, docs, guide, and then the npm ones.
Yeah, I think that as there is not a hurry, we just can make it pass and see, because it's also a major version here from 3 to 4. So no, I'm not sure if they could have changed something significant there. I'm not sure.
Yeah, this looking at this, it's the legacy syntax checker passed, labor passed.
Yeah.
I think there shouldn't be really.
Yeah, those are only the ones involved with GitHub Actions, right? Yeah. So
yeah, I think that should be fine. Though I'm a bit worried a little bit here that the other ones are not running, but we need to bump this anyway, especially when it comes from the Pendabot. I'm going to merge it into 2.16. If anything, we can really just could say reverse it, but I think that's the thing. I've tested it similarly in pretty much everywhere else. And I think I have like other PRs that do the same thing. So okay, where were we? We have this include view app skeleton from Siddharth. Let's okay. This one let's update here. This one I was a bit confused, if I remember correctly,
Oh, it's just
because adding Vue 3 app. But I do believe that for the Vue 3, it's okay. So this is correct. This is just a docs change or addition in the guide actually for Vue. So I think we don't even have to really do anything here then and merge it. I don't. There's no code change, nothing related to tests. It's just addition to the giving a sample. So, and it has an issue number attached to it. So, and that one is 12938. I'd like to connect it if I can. 938, and I cannot connect it. It's annoying when this happens. So let's do that. Let's check this issue very quick. I'll add it to the milestone and say it will be released as part of the Meteor version 2.16. Part of or not released or fixed. It will be okay. I can type today. Let me check any comments here. Nothing so far. Good. Our system is broken. So let's see what else do we have here from the old one. Okay, the deprecate HTTP package in the docs. I've checked it actually just a moments ago. That one is not yet ready, at least by my opinion, because it just removes all the mention of HTTP from the docs, which is not necessarily what we want. We just want to remove it from the menu, but still have the content there and be searchable. So here is add release option in the Meteor publish command. And let's see. We have not have okay. Gruba and Zorin still have some concerns here.
Yeah, they have not addressed yet.
So I'm just going to update it and see if the author is willing to adjust those comments. So because now that we have that, then I'm not happy merging that. So so replace HTTP reference with fetch. That's by Harry Adele. It has been approved by me. So I think, let's see, in data logging, so it's a guide update. Yes, I think this is a freaking no-brainer to merge. So let's merge, and I think yes, this is just a guide.
Or maybe we can hold it a little bit more. No, just joking. No,
oh, you are evil.
Puppies.
Yeah, let's not kill any more puppies. So, let's see what else do we have here. Okay. Update app.svelte. I think there was some issues with that. Small change to recommend moving handler into the M statement. I have no idea about swell, I think updating here is not going to help because this is in the skeletons.
Mhm.
So unless there has been something which, as we've seen in the reference, has been not. Nacho, how are you with Svelte? Or anybody in the chat in the Svelte, what do you think of this change?
Usually, because I'm not really in the context of this belt, I have not tested a lot, so maybe this one is good to hold it.
Yeah,
But I can see this is as generic enough. Just adding a ready, I can see it in React behaving in this way. Maybe why is not using here a use tracker for this? It's not
yeah, well,
reactive or.
no, this is Svelte, so they will not be having any of that. And I think in this case, this might be just reactive as is because I've seen that. Was it Solid when I last tested, which has similar infrastructure? And you can see it here. So pretty much it's moving from. It is removing. Oh, okay. I am not.
It's moving out.
It's the tracker statement. So we have to look here how tracker statement, reactive statement, so they normally support this M tracker statement. They behave the same as normal reactive statement, but also to whenever any tracker dependencies they use are invalidated behind the scene, it uses tracker autorun. So that's where it becomes completely. And so then you have, okay, so it's pretty much what it's changing this is to be really follow the example in here. So I think in that case that makes perfect sense to me.
Yes.
So it follows that. And it's in the skeleton. Looking at it, I don't think it should change anything. So let's add that in as well. Okay, another one merged. Only 32 more to go. Probably less than that because we've kind of already went. Okay, so whoops. I think next one we look at solid skeletons, and that is based on yes. This is based on my stream when I tested it, and I had to fix some issues there. Primarily, it was updating the wheat and other things to the latest versions that actually work so that we are not that behind in there. I think wheat 5 has not been working, so that's why this update as like this.
Yeah, I mean, if it is working well, the application that you generate, I think is fine. We don't have test over templates, right?
There are tests that it I think generate and it has the structure it's supposed to have.
Yeah, but doesn't properly connects to the app to see if anything is broken or something like that, right?
That one I think is a bit more beyond the scope of the current test. So we can have this merged. I like how the number of pull requests and everything is going down. That makes me happy. Okay. Here another dependency update for Node Mailer. It's already targeted to release 2.16, and it updates it to version 6.9.10. And I do recall checking all the stuff that it's yeah, it's a feature release.
Yeah, within the mail package. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it should be just straightforward and nothing else. So
Yeah. Okay.
let's get that in as well. And oops, I am in the wrong. I need to be in 2.16, otherwise there's just too much things. It's enough as there is. So that so add method name to method invocation. Let me actually open these up to this one. And I'm going to quickly check the chat here. Okay, nothing new, good. Guys to add here. So this one, we have 2 approvals. Danielson is having, Danielson has not approved this, or it was been requested, but nothing has been added. It's a little bit up to date, so let me get the latest devel. Update branch and switch to the release here. Also, question for the chat. Have you ever contributed any PR to the core, or are you planning to? Let us know. Kind of curious how that looks. So
Why I don't? Sorry, why I don't see these questions?
I'm kind of curious to see how people what I say in the chat. And okay, so let's look at this one. Add method name to method invocation. So this is an addition to DDP that it shows the name in there. Oops, there we go. So that's this one. Gruber likes the idea. I like the idea as well. What do you think, Nacho, about adding method name to the DDP method invocation?
Yeah, this one I was not able to review it, the code part yet, but it's basically adding a new. I think it's fine. Yeah, I have been touching this part of the code, passing just the name there could be interesting. I'm not sure if this is for some debugging purposes.
I think it's good for debugging. One thing, so as you know what method is being called when you use the DDP current method invocation get. The syllable for package I'm developing.
Yeah, fine.
I'm thinking here maybe potentially, it's awesome for debugging and other things. Though I'm kind of curious if we want to go that way, and if we don't want to maybe just enable it only for a development mode and disable it in or debug mode in general.
Yeah, we already have that. Yeah.
So we don't have it on in production. So I think because if we don't have it like in production and have it without the name, then we have, I would say, a little bit of a security by obscurity there. So that's my thinking.
Just review that. Yeah. But we are doing that in many places, right? Just adding the name to the different Meteor Core classes instances. And we don't do that pattern of, making it in development mode or even the debug mode.
So I think I would like to I would like to
You
bring it
know,
up and discuss this a little bit further.
yeah.
Then
Okay, Jan, but do you think this pattern, as I was saying, I think this pattern is used in many places, right, in our code base
yeah,
about adding the name in the different models on the client code,
mm,
and we don't have this established yet, so maybe it doesn't matter, but yet I think we can get the feedback from, I think it's Jan, the one from this PR. Yeah, Jan
Jamoro
Cobra.
on this. Yeah, let's leave this for another session then, or if you want to merge it, I'm fine with it as well. It's I don't think it's that much of a security issue or anything. But I think I think this is definitely worth it for us to review security wise. If we can say hide, how much information can we hide? More by obscurity. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So, do you want to Nacho to merge this, or should we discuss this?
I mean, can be discussed even if it is merged, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So,
So let's confirm the merge, and let's look on these guys. Fix bugs with testing console. There's a nice number there. We have some comments here from Harry. Hi, Harry. Thank you for your best wishes. And who merges PR on his birthday? It's workaholic like me. So we have here next one PR is the fix bugs with test in console. A nice 13,000 issues, and I think this is probably a must. So he fixes here this error and adds in jQuery. So let's look at the additional justification. Wasn't running client test due to missing dependency on jQuery. This also fixes another error that happens after client test finish. I think this is actually something that should be probably released immediately as a patch release. Kind of surprised that. Okay, so wait, test console 1.27 point is out, which means that Gabriel has already released it. In which case, this should have been already merged into Devel.
okay. Yeah.
And
Feels.
I think naturally this will be something that you will have to merge because I don't have the right to merge into Devel.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to update it first. I'm not sure. One thing I will ask here is that we are adding here jQuery dependency. So we were not trying to remove that, but okay, this is on the Meteor core itself. This is a
Yeah.
package for testing. Yeah. So
Yeah, I think maybe the question is if the jQuery maybe should be just added for testing or if it should be there, but I'm not familiar with the actual testing consoles. Testing console is a testing package, so in this case, yeah, the jQuery there makes sense. It's an old code, so it should be there. We should also explain probably why I had some issues in the past with it as well.
but I will want to double check first few things about this one because yeah, even if this is a test package, I'm not sure if the Meteor is going to be able to distinguish between it. And if you add this package even there on the list of base dependencies, maybe jQuery is going to be added. Then we are going backwards about our removal of this dependency. I will want just to double check a few things here.
Yes,
On
I
time.
think this is I think in general good for the issue for people to go in and remove jQuery and underscore from a lot of these old packages that people are maybe not as not watching as closely. So I'll leave that to you, Nacho. And here we have one which is more, I would say, open to discussion. I am in this one removing the Node version 12 dependency from the workflows for
Uh-huh.
testing and updating the in here in the Travis to the latest node to use on the 14 branch. Because Node 12 is way past its end of life. And it would be Zoran, I think, rightly points here that it would be considered as a breaking change like this. But at this point, I don't think that's something, for 2.16 to kind of have an issue with.
No. And this is, CI change, right? Yes. I think it's fine to merge it.
So let's do release 2.16. Plus, once we go to Meteor 3, that will also, this entire thing is new because everything jumps to Node 20. Okay, looks like this has been merged by you already 10 minutes ago. So
Yeah.
so let's move on to the next one. Underscore 1.8.3. Let's see, where are we? This this is me trying to slowly push it up. There has been some issues, so I will actually get back to this later on. And let me open up a few more here. And oops. And as they are preparing, I'll share this tab. Quickly check any comments here, what we have. So Harry is asking if we should remove code that relies on jQuery. I think we should have similar approach as we have with underscore. If we have a native alternative to whatever the jQuery function is doing or the underscore function is doing, that should be used. So, and then we have Lore from Weekend Team that they are used lot of jQuery. And that's fine. That's just because we are removing it from the core packages doesn't mean that you cannot use it in your application. That is not the point at all. The issue, the idea behind removing of underscore, removing of jQuery is, at least from my point of view, twofold. First of all, removing, let's say, the size, because the more dependencies you have, the more size you have. So the less dependencies those packages have, the less of additional other things you are adding into it, and then it's up to your application to decide what do you actually want. So this way we kind of limit the footprint as much as possible. Of course, sometimes some of the dependencies are necessary for what they do, so it needs to be analyzed properly. And second, for me, it was always when I got security warnings on GitHub and elsewhere, it was usually related to something in the underscore package. So that's why I'm gonna trying to get that updated as much as possible. The latest version there is, I think, in version 1.9 of underscore beyond, or maybe 1.10. They changed their structure to be more modern, so it doesn't fit with what Meteor has. Plus, there is some changes that Meteor did back in the day, so I have to carefully make sure that they are incorporated in that stuff.
I like a lot the idea to make Meteor Core code thinner, and then your application code will also get lightweight. So
yes,
I am on that completely.
Question from Laurie again here. Has all of the CoffeeScript been removed yet? Is there plans to remove? As far as I know, there is no CoffeeScript in the core except for the CoffeeScript package. And in the community packages, we still have some CoffeeScript packages that need to be decaffeinated, or packages that use CoffeeScript that we need to decaffeinate so that more developers can use this. Because sadly, could say CoffeeScript has still its supporters, but in general, the community, it has not gained necessary traction. So if you have a package with CoffeeScript, then it's only for a few people to really look into, and the rest just will not be able to as well. So that's how it goes with CoffeeScript. So let's go back to GitHub here and to this PR. This is just, you could say, a style issue here, where I'm just adding to the accounts UI on style that if it's Twitter, then it should be X/Twitter. And I'm updating the instructions in the Twitter configuration UI to kind of follow the changes that have happened in the, let's say, a year now or a year and a half since Twitter has been taken over and changed to X. So I think it's kind of like the first step towards renaming things to X. And I think this is kind of what people have so far settled on.
Yeah, about the URLs that are there, they are available with the x.com thing, because maybe they will deprecate at some point.
They redirect there right now, but they still redirect to Twitter, so that's what I am keeping it. But the developer portal has changed, so that's what I am primarily changing here, because you can see the old instructions no longer apply. So, and I've did this in a stream, I think, a little while ago when I was doing another out. Any comments, thoughts on this? I think this is like very straightforward, nothing, no functionality changing, just pretty much documentation in a way, and changing it from, instead of displaying, login with Twitter, we'll say login with X/Twitter for people who use the default accounts package.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, merging. So next we have here check throw all errors. So this one is quite interesting. I think Harry might have some thoughts on this, or in general everybody. Let's see, let's update this. So with this we will not merge it right now, and let's change it to release 2.16. I think pretty close. The idea behind this, and I'm also not add you as reviewer here, is to that option that it will throw, because right now in check, if you have an array, or actually let me check. Currently check throws immediately at the first error encountered. So if you get an error, it will stop there and return that error. This PR maintains the default behavior and adds an optional flag, throw all errors in an array. So I think this is a bit not well worded. So this actually is not for that it will kind of go through all the checks and then return the errors if there's multiple. But it is for check through. So if you have, say, an object on an array and you add then the option throw all errors, it will actually go through the entire check and then gonna return you an array.
Yeah, I
Uh,
see the in the tests you have there all the use cases of this one, and yeah, I think it's fine. Above all, for sometimes in the UI, you also
mhm.
want to reflect not only the first error or a generic
Yeah.
global
Mhm.
message saying you have errors. No, you want to be more specific about which kind of errors, and this PR goes in this direction.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
I
Let,
think it's fine.
let's yeah let's have the test run. Not sure if it'll be finished by the end of the stream, but let's keep it in the back burner for now, and let's look on the next one. Update tsconfig JSON for Svelte skeleton, which both Zadar and Gruba have approved. So I think we are fine to merge. Then it's pretty much just an issue with the types. So with that, I think I'm going to do. I think I'm fine with just merging it as is.
Completely.
Yeah, it's been already approved. So yay. Happy. Next, unable to run Meteor Mongo. Oh, sorry, this is an issue. Yes. So I'll have to. That's one I accidentally clicked. So there's nothing for actionable there. Account config options, some sort of fix. Ooh, a lot of text, but let me check here. So I do think. Okay, so it extends here the option. Let's see. So I'm just going to see in how accounts-based accounts auto validate and use the accounts config values. Given the fixes seem quite simpler than creating an issue, I said to make PR directly, which is good approach as well. Here are the notable changes. Added OAuth secret key as a valid setting key for the accounts-based package, since the accounts OAuth package already contains code to find and use that key, albeit undocumented. Perfect. Fix documentation, clarify the possibility to use OAuth secret key from packages accounts-based settings. Fix the same content and ordering of accounts.config options in code, JS docs, and so on. So in accounts auth package, remove some code that was validating keys from meteor settings for the accounts-based package. This seems useless since the accounts-based package is already doing this, and it is this job. This was also throwing errors when using a settings key that it's supported by accounts-based but not present in the audited and redundant settings key list in accounts all out. Yes, I do recall looking at this. I think this is a good addition. So it updates the types for it. It updates all the different, or in this case, sorts them. Let's see if anything here. It adds logging expiration in days. So it updates here. So that's update here of documentation. You could say we saw that. It's a patch, which that's kind of hard to say. Here it removes the validation because it's done up in the map. It's in top one, and it's a patch here as well. That's I think my only complaint here, that this should not be a patch but a feature update, which is handled by the Meteor release process. What do you think, Nacho?
No, I was feeling a little bit weird about the removal of some code there, but okay, now I understand that it's on the accounts or out package, and this is validation also going upstairs. This is right in there. So I think this PR looks okay for me. Yeah.
Mhm. So let's see, what do we have? Oh, but we have a conflict here. I think this is going to be because of the version number thing. So this is like, I would say, another tip for you for contributing to Meteor Core. Do not change the version number of packages. Leave that to the core team to handle. And I think if I click here on the resolve conflict, that's what's going to, yes, exactly what I expected. This is the issue. So with that said, nice. Let's leave it to the core team and to the release process to handle, because I believe there's some automated tool
Yeah, there are
that
some
does that.
automation on that. Yeah, I think so.
Let's
I have
yeah,
not
I do
updated
remember there was that release 2.16. Let's see. Excuse me, losing a bit my voice after the weekend of running around and screaming at people or talking at Three Talks. So let's see if we have any conflicts there. So no, in which case we are going to merge this and we'll have to come back with and fix it in there. So let's see, we are 24 or 21 done out and 20, about this half still to go. Let's see what we have here next. Something interesting. Shoes, this one is not ready. And here we have some additional ones. Let's see. And then we have finish off, we'll have the underscore things. Harry, since you're listening, if you could do us a favor, maybe go into them and see if you can quickly update them with the Devel latest ones before we get to them, so we can see theirs. So I see that. Okay, we've merged that one. So let's take a look here. Update accounts with async methods. This has been, I've actually taken some of this, like the create indexes, out into its own PR, and Per has added here some comments. So I think this, since there are some unresolved comments, I'm going to also add you here, and I'm going to ask Gabriel for another look on this. Though I'm not sure if the original author still wants to progress this further, because I think he said that he was not feeling it. So so there are some suggestions from Per and other things, so we'll come back to this in another session, hopefully. This one is, let's see, I think it's might be outdated. This was us trying as early as 2.13 to work on, yes, still. Let me change this to Devel to see if we can update this. And yes, update branch.
Yeah, hopefully tests are fixed, but maybe not. Maybe.
Yeah, I think we'll have to take a look here, because we do have some, I think, extra updates so this config that could be reverted to what's or exists. Okay, this is I think additional warning for the issue with the splash screen in Cordova. Here are some addition to that. And the big thing here is the additional update of the Cordova from the current versions in Devel. which I think this is most important, and related to that is really all the stuff here, these splash screens. So
yeah, maybe there are some breaking changes between these versions or something.
That about, I think the splash screen was the biggest issue. So let's get it from devel, because was it last version or previous version there was the Cordova update. So let's see what that tells us, and then it will be kind of going, what is the minimum upgrade that we can do for Cordova in this release. So I've kind of started, I think, from somebody else, and I'll be watching that and going forward. So then we have the big one, another DDP related big one that I'm really looking forward, hopefully, to get in. And I've read earlier, we have this test failing, which seems but only to, I think, to fail under specific circumstances. And let's see, it's from Devel. So I would actually like to try if we could. Right. And maybe the changes that were recently made on the 2.16 branch, if they might be helpful. And I will have to probably go in and do manually the merge in Gitkraken. And
yeah, or I can do it here if you like.
I'm already on it, hopefully, I hope. So DDP.
So will you merge it yourself, or do you want me to do it?
Wait, okay, I think I have found now the one.
Okay.
And I should be able to do the merge now. Whoops. Come on.
My understanding on this one, it was that there were other tests also failing in a flaky way, like
yeah, that's
randomly.
That's sadly one of the issues that we have experienced.
Yeah, I'm a little bit afraid of this one. I mean, no, the idea of just merging straight if we get a green signal. Because yeah, maybe more things are going on here. I need to get some proper time to really type into what these PR changes and check this. But it's good to be running the checks more times just to experience this flagginess or whatever.
Okay, I am having some issue at merging it locally in my setup here, which is not optimal. So if you can merge the 2.16 into it,
okay,
that would be perfect. In the meantime, let me check the chat here. Okay, that one is remaining stable. And we'll go. Let me do a refresh here. And see what we have next. Next, we have a set of underscore removal from Harry. So let's see how many of them we can actually get in this release, and to get closer to the, well, just a first step of removal, because we have a few things here. So let's update this one. Let me quickly jump to the other one. By the way, the graph for right now for Meteor is wild, as we are merging and prepping everything. So update, and finally in the back screen. Oh, yikes. For web app, we have conflicts. So here let's see, I have, yes, this one in boilerplate generator tests, underscore getting removed, of course, here. The template, underscore the template settings. Here is getting removed, and here as well. Not sure, Harry, if you remember if the underscore template settings removal is fine, or what was the reasoning for to have it there initially. Now I think since then I've also looked on the other stuff in kind of related to this, and I think that's already, this one is being care of in another package, so it would make sense for this to be removed. But
I'm not really familiar with this part. Even
but
underscore configuration of template settings.
Yes.
Yeah, how this is affecting our.
But I think actually it might be fine. First of all, because the tests are passing, so it shows it's
Yeah,
not
but
really
not
needed.
everything is tested, I think. But I'm not sure in this part. But yeah,
Let's take.
I would like to understand actually why we have this.
Yes. So Harry, if you can add more information, would be awesome. Okay, then in DDP client, let's ask Danielson here for a review as well. The last one that we had here was passing with blank colors. Let's take a here bit look. Okay, so shrink wrap is always going to be changed. This is partial removal of Lodash. It is then getting the appropriate the Lodash.identity and .has instead of the entire Lodash or underscore package. Object assigned, perfect. And using the necessary, or could say the default API that we have here. Set. This is in the tests. And let's see, do again, tests, in a test. So it's been mostly in the testing that the underscore has been used. So I think really for DDP client, if the test passed, then there I see no reason not to merge it, because this is only in the test. Find merge as the or is only in tests. So from that perspective, this is perfect. Let's look at the next one. This is removing underscore from DDP server. Let's do here the back from to devel, so we can merge the latest changes.
Yeah, I understand about the previous one that the template settings is basically to remove the default way that the template system on the underscore works. So if we just remove that, we need to be sure that the part from the template uses the new interpolation mechanism that you pass, and I only see the option removed. Possibly we need to act in more places for that.
Yes. Let's
I think.
okay. Let's take a look here on the DDP server. He has object assigned. This one is actually in the function itself, but entries for each, callback for each, every, nothing offensive here. This one is going to cause a little bit of maybe a problem when merging to 3.0 because of the fibers dependency and how that has been handled. But so that's going to be probably the most annoying for you guys than to migrate these changes to 3.0 unless you've actually removed it in 3.0 already.
There is not like a tag for us to identify these PRs because or these changes, or maybe I will do it later. Of course, don't merge it because I will want those that are really conflictive to have them in a list,
Yeah.
We are adding load-as dependencies directly in a core package.
Yes. So what's happening here is it's the removal of underscore, and here we are adding Lodash, but only the functions that are needed. So it's reducing the footprint of Lodash and underscore to only the functions that are needed or don't have a nice equivalent in the native API at the moment. So that was the original, you could say, compromise that was achieved. And in the future, we were talking that we might have like a utilities package which has like once has is empty string and similar included there, so that we have one place from which to manage these utilities dependencies from, so that we don't have every package depending on it by itself. But that's still in discussion. And then it's in tests removal as is common. Once and so on. So for myself, this I'll approve, but it will be something I'll add you here for the review as well, so that we have that set up. And let's go on to the next one. Okay, this one is in the reload safety belt core package that I would say that too many people will know about. I myself know very little about it as well. So of course, in the package, there's the removal of the underscore, and there is
some tests. Yeah, it's just one test.
Just one test, which is like very straightforward. So I
think this one is really fine.
Yes. I just need to now change here the target, and then I can merge it. So at least we've got 16. So congratulations, we are merging
the first one.
This one here. Okay. Next one we have here are the test helpers. And And I think this one depends on the other ones. Remerged from Devel. And only, actually the latest one passed. But I think it looks like it's still going on. So this one is, I think, on hold until we get the other ones going. And the big one we have here is the web app remove underscore, which I think it might be better because there is, of course, I think let's try resolving the conflicts here. It should be pretty straightforward in the shrink wrap. There was one. Okay, just like some integrity check there, and looks fine. So we can mark that as resolved. And here, what we want to do is like this. Okay, one conflict resolve, commit merge. So at least this one will run now tests and everything. But I think given everything, especially the big changes with switching to Express in 3.0, I think this might be better to have to redo or kind of start from the scratch with 3.0 and then trying to migrate it upstream. So I would be more, I think that would be a better solution for the web app, just given how big of a change it was to 3.0 than just create a new PR where it's underscore removed to 3.0 web app, unless that has been done already with the changes, but I don't think so. At least that's my opinion. Not sure
Yeah, I agree with that. It will be better. Yeah, in
leave
fact,
it at that.
Yeah, I think Gabriel said on the chat that we usually proceed into resolving the conflicts from Meteor 3 with the last changes on Meteor 2.16 or the versions from 2, just when they touch Devil. But I would say, or I would prefer to have them beforehand, even doing the 2.16 release. Especially right now that we want to launch and we don't want anything delaying us for doing that. So I would prefer to launch first Meteor 3 rather than the reverse. You know?
So let's see. Harry here talks about yes, there is one big PR for the Brigade underscore itself, which is why we are kind of getting rid of from everywhere else before we move there. And of course, the more we linger with these, the more conflict will arise, and that's kind of reason why I want to merge them in faster. But I especially I think with the web app, that might be better to kind of jump to 3.0, remove it there, and same thing with the general underscore deprecation in 3.0. I think might be a pretty good idea for underscore. Another wish for a happy birthday from Ruoki. Thank you very much. Wow, this is, I think, record number of people watching. So thank you very much, guys. Let me know if you have any questions as we are now going to look at where we are at this point with the 2.16 release. So looking at this, we have merged probably half of the stuff, well, almost 48% complete from what we have here. So minus the issues, at least PR wise, we are halfway there. I think was it almost 20 PRs that we merged. Some of them mostly smaller ones. A few were pretty big. The next step, of course, is going to be, well, there's still a few more that will be merged. We are waiting on a few to finish, either do some changes or finish running tests. And in session storage options for account, I just need to incorporate natural comments to be more efficient. And with the underscore update over here, I think I will be fixing this bug, but if it was not fixed already, let me double check here. Oh no, okay, so I need to fix this bug that we have in underscore version that we have. All right, I think with that, our sprint is over for Meteor 2.16. I'm going to compile, hopefully today, if everything works out, though I will probably have to make my way outside as well and do some other work. I will try to compile a changelog so that once we maybe do 1 or 2 other merges, we can probably release the first beta. What do you say, Nacho, on that?
Yeah, it will be good, of course. But, yeah. The first beta, I'm not sure when the final launch, but yeah, a little bit of movement on this release will be good. There are many PRs from people waiting there. So, cool.
Awesome. So with that, I want to open it to you, Nacho, and everybody in the chat. If you have any questions for me, not sure what Harry you're referencing here. The guys have been waiting on this for a while. If that's a specific version or the 2.16 version or the 3.0 version. So I think there's quite a few pull requests that people have been waiting for or that are excited about. For me, jump back here specifically, what I really want to get in going from the bottom is the session storage for the accounts that has been requested for people who work with financial applications with Meteor, who need to have, kind of, let's say, more strict session management. Of course, the entire underscore upgrade and removal is its own thing. We've just gotten in the oplock exclusion or inclusion stuff. I think the big one that really a lot of people have been waiting on are the DEP resumptions. From what I know, it has been an issue with some people that this PR fixes quite a lot of things there. Let's see. So Harry is speaking about 2.16. So I will be in. Okay, guys, I'm going to take a quick break to get some water. Thank you very much, Nacho, for joining me. I'm sure if you want to stay or if you want to ask me more questions, I'll be back within 5 minutes. Let me get here the slides. It's not it for today. I will take a quick break. So if you want, Nacho, to stay for a bit and ask me some questions, or
yeah, I will take a break and then continues working on Meteor directly because I have some tasks pending there. So
with that, guys, I'll be taking a quick break. I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. I'll probably do some, let's see, I have here a 30-second countdown. So when I'm back, I'll do that. So you will hear some music happening. And I'll be back. I'll be happy to do a big Q&A and look on some other things. All right. See you in a moment, guys.
Thank you. Yeah. Bye.
and I am back. Hello, everybody. And we have a new question here from Ruoki. Apologize for butchering the name here. And he's asking if Miller 3 will leverage Express 3 for serving. Yes, that is correct. That will be, that's one of the big changes in Meteor 3. The main one is, of course, being migrating away from fibers to await a sync, but also one of the things that Meteor 2 uses Connect on the server, which is partially predecessor, partially slimmed down version of Express that has not really been developed after Express became super popular. So we are switching in Meteor 3 to Express. Good thing is that Express and Connect have almost identical API. Actually, with Express has, I would say, a lot more in the core itself, so you don't have to get as many middlewares on that. So that should help with some of the other popular say middlewares extensions for Express working much better as well. So Meteor 3 is going to be a big step forward. There's, I think, one more beta planned. It should be coming up very soon this week. And following that, we should actually be getting the week after, the next week, hopefully a release candidate, which if that's true, then April, hopefully we'll have a few more release candidates, and towards the end of April we'll have the actual release, which is kind of a bit scary because of all the other things that we need to do to get things going. And I have been working a lot, at least as much as my free time allows to work on. I've been working on the community packages to get things up to date and going as well, together with Elle as well and other people that have pitched in. Speaking of time and everything, I think it's a perfect opportunity to remind everybody that I have a sponsors, GitHub sponsors. So if you like what I'm doing, would like to support me to do it more, I'm posting the link into the chat right now, with the exception of X, aka Twitter, because that's sadly not available for StreamYards. So, but it's if you search for Storyteller CZ, or if you go to any of the say repositories that I help to maintain, there should be a link to that. So github.com/sponsor/storytellercz, and you can sponsor me, and I'll have then more time and opportunities to develop open source around Meteor and do these amazing streams. You'll also get some of the other benefits that I do around. I have sponsorware, which I'll be shortly upgrading to Meteor 3 as well. And that's, could say, a sample starter skeleton, which has also integrated all of the socialized packages, which I'll be helping to upgrade as well, because I need them for my other stuff as well. So that's on that aspect. I have been, and guys, if you have any questions, about anything, so the rest of this stream is a Q&A. So if you have questions about specific stuff in Meteor, about Meteor common packages, or about anything else I do, then please write them in the chat. I'll get to them. This is my second week in America. I've been on a, let's say, conference trip. Last weekend, I was at Writers Conference of Northern Appalachia, which Kelly Copley's CK helps to organize as a tech guy. So I got invited there, had a talk. Then I had an interview with Kale, which you can watch on my YouTube channel as kind of a stand-in for last week's missed podcast or stream. And this weekend I was back at my alma mater, my old college, RIT. And I helped with Toracon, which I chaired 10 years ago. So that was quite a blast from the past. I got to had 3 talks, had a lot of fun, especially after the con. The staff and volunteers, we got together and we went probably too late in the college, just pretty much partying and having, well, not really partying, but having fun and finishing all the food that didn't get eaten during the convention, all that stuff. And I think I've got here maybe some granola bars that I got out of it, and probably 1 or 2 more drinks. I think, yes, I got some Fiji water, which the guests didn't take, so I got some nice water out of that as well. So that was what I have been doing. Sadly, during these, now going into the second week, I hadn't had much time to program because I was busy with meeting people, doing all business-related stuff, and of course, then the conferences themselves. I'm flying back tomorrow afternoon, so up till Wednesday or starting after this stream, pretty much I still have lots of other things to do, but I'll be back with coding and doing stuff on Thursday, and kind of back to regular schedule though 2 weeks from now, or is it like a week and a half? If everything works out, I'll be at the Prague Comic Con with my company, so that will take again some time away. Following after that, I think it should be like a month or 2 that I'll be back to regular scheduling. Everything should be pretty much as normal as possible. And then I just don't want to spoil things, but hopefully I'll be going abroad for a month or 2 in June and July, maybe longer. And beyond that, I dare not to plan yet because, of course, things are changing rapidly with everything going on in the world and in my businesses. So we'll have to see what's going to happen then. So that's kind of going forward. Oh, nice. So Ryoki is going to be visiting Prague in early May. Glad that you liked this city on your previous visit, which is actually reminds me of another thing. I have kind of put it on a back burner, but I want to organize some meetups, Meteor ones. One in Wroclaw with Vasco. Gonna start on it, but I got so busy that I didn't have a chance to continue. So, guys, if you're watching, apologies. I will try to figure out something on my side as well. In that case, it would be part of their React meetup that they are hosting. So I'll have to figure out some nice talk or something in regards to Meteor and React. Which might be quite a challenge given some of the recent, say, kerfuffle, as is the word to use here, between Meteor and React. And also because I have quite a few questions about where React is heading. And Lisa and I have also a question if that is the right tool for what I'm trying to build. But at the same time, React has really a lot of packages and other additional tools, which makes a lot of the things quite easy to develop. So I'll have to look into that. On that, and of course in Prague, I'm planning to do with Apify a meetup as well, and that would be as part of the full stack developers meetup of Prague, but of course, with everything focused on Meteor. And since it will be May, I think it might be appropriate to, which will be probably the earliest I can manage with everything happening anyway. So stay tuned for, I think, announcements. I will try in May to organize, probably in Prague. I would love to organize maybe more of a workshop than anything in central, well, not central Bohemia, but more like in Moravia. So the other half of Czechia. I would like to organize another meetup there. This time with AG Data, which is a agricultural software, and they use Meteor. By the way, guys, if you are using Meteor in a company or stuff, send me a message. Let me know. I would be happy to learn on how are you using it, and so we can possibly highlight it or do other things maybe in the future together, or just so that I know who to invite for the parties, for the meetups, and all that stuff. I'm looking, of course, primarily like in general internationally, but I would really love to hear if there are like any companies or individuals in Japan, Indonesia in particular, and of course then in Europe around Czechia, Germany, Poland, Austria, Slovakia, because those I can visit in person if the opportunity arises most easily. But of course, I want to know as many as possible. I'm actually putting in together a bit of a map of, let's say, influential people in the community and the companies using Meteor, so that in the future we can, maybe plan better conferences. I know there is a big Brazilian and Indian community that uses Meteor. So if you know somebody from there, or if you are part of that, please let me know. I would love to connect and see how we can get, could say, the English speaking, or could say the major community around the forums connect with all the other communities around there. Part of that is also going to be that we'll be translating the documentation and guide into other languages. Last time I talked with Grubauer of that, the new system that's going to be used for it should allow for that. So I'll be looking forward to do that, and also to teach some new students and all that stuff. So, any more questions, requests? Well, if anything, I'll can show you. Here is my staff badge for Turacon. I've added this old timer because it's been 10 years since I was the chair of the event. Funnily enough, I didn't even notice, but somebody noticed at the after party that when I put watermark on my presentation, I wrote Turacon 2014 instead of Turacon 2024. So a little bit of a faux pas. So looking at a comment here, questions. I think a big step forward would be consolidating channels, like why do we have Slack and Discord, for example. Yes, that's one of my pet peeves as well. Fully agree. It kind of came out naturally as people created them. Slack was created by Kelly Copley. Personally, I would love to migrate to Rocket Chat if we could have that. It's something that we have been discussing in the past. The problem is, okay, how is it going to be hosted? Who is going to be hosting it? Who is going to be paying for the hosting? And then the big issue is, how do we migrate from Slack to Discord? To Rocket Chat, which the biggest issue, and I would say the biggest pushback we have from people, is that we are going to lose a lot of people during the migration, which yes, it's true. We might also lose some of the history, but I think we could potentially, with the Rocket Chat people, try to migrate what we can. So that's that. And the big thing why I also want to push into Rocket Chat, because it's Meteor. I love it personally. I'm running 2 Rocket Chat instances for my companies, and the big thing that I would really love to do is, instead of having to have like your own, email and password login, since this would be a Rocket Chat for Meteor community, would be to log in with your Meteor account. That's what I would love to see. It's just that I have not been able to gather the necessary support from people to get this done. And this, support from people, I mean certain individuals in the community, and then figuring out exactly the hosting, because there are some competing ideas on that. And of course, even though I've kind of requested a few times already from the Rocket Chat people, I don't think they have right now an active plugin for the login with Meteor. So that would have to also be addressed to fix and improve on that. As for the Discords, I think one of them might have been created by Zoran, or Zoran is the admin, and somebody else created it. And the other one has something similar, but it might have been different group of people have created. I think I've managed to become admin on both of them. Let me take a look if I can find it. Okay, I can actually open it. Discord. Let's see. I think I should be admin on both of them. Just like now that we have Meteor community and just have a Meteor. So let's see. On Meteor community, I'm under. Let's see, what am I? I'm ambassador and community manager as a role here. And yeah, this one is a long time. This one started in 2015. I think it might have been Kelly who started this one as well. And on the Meteor Discord one, the simple one, I'm admin together with Zoran as well. So that's a bit. So I fully agree. It's not optimal. The problem is actually being able to shut these things down, because I don't think you can. Let me check here on my server that I have access, or can leave server, all that stuff, server profile. I'm not even sure if you can. That's not what I wanted. Let's see. You can leave servers. I'm not sure if you can even like close down servers in Discord. Let's see, server settings on mine. Okay, you can delete servers. So we could delete server. So we could potentially migrate to just one of them and delete the other, at least on Discord. Actually, I'm in total in 3 Discords related to Meteor. The other one is an old one that's kind of dead, but still has its uses. With Slack, help me out, guys. Can we? Okay, with Discord, you can just make the whole server read only. Good to know. Good to know. So we could potentially do that. Best would be probably like, yeah, if I can get all the different shareholders together. That's sometimes issue in and of itself, to get all the people who have involvement on a higher level into that. Always bad to delete knowledge. Yes. Though with the Discord servers, it's, I think most of them are, there isn't like really that much happening there. So, or maybe if there was like an option to merge servers, that would be pretty cool. But I don't think that's available. The best way, if we could somehow get the, and speaking of losing knowledge, that's actually the issue with the Slack, and that's why you want to always go to the forums with any questions or anything that comes by. Speaking of the forums, let us take a look at what we have going on here. Let's see if we have some updates here. Let's see the new version. Come on, guys. These are easy to check if we have new versions. Let's see, sort by newest. There we go. And yeah, 3.6.2 is the latest one. So I just check on Pacosphere. So with that, there will be version 4, which will remove sync API from the server. Other than that, 3.6.2 is it 3. Oh, it actually shows it's my birthday. Nice. Let's see here for this one. Okay, it's just related to AWS, which it's starting to throw errors or these warnings. This is Felipe offering to become your mentor for upgrading stuff, which I don't need. So if anything, you can actually write to me, and I will be willing to pair with you as well on your stuff and guide you through things. Though with me, my rate is 100 euros an hour, but which also includes follow-up if anything comes up, which I understand can be expensive for some people. I apologize, I cannot go lower because of the prep time and everything. And my time is quite stretched out as is, so that's the lowest I can go at the moment. Let's see what collection 2 here is. Okay, so that's for a stream of its own to talk just about that. Other than that, looks like I'm kind of caught up. Though there are some things I still want to go through, but that's for another day. Back here a little bit to the Slack and Discord. Discord lets you scrape all messages. With Slack, it's still you lose everything before 10k messages. Yes. I think it's not like 10,000 message, but it might be like a time limit, or might be combination of both. So that's why we have issues with the Slack, because we have a free version. If you want to pay for this, like no, just it would have to be Microsoft or something to have the money to pay for how many users we have. It's like over 1,000 at this point, close to that. So that's financially not viable to pay for for Discord on that, which is another reason why we need to migrate to something like Rocket Chat. Good thing is Rocket Chat already has indicated that they are willing to support that, at least when it comes to their license. So we should, at least on that side, we are fine as a community. All right. Do we have any Americans in the chat? If yes, I'm looking for suggestions for lunch. If you're in the Rochester area, we can even meet up for lunch or maybe a dinner. Make a small Meteor meetup. This is the last day I think that's possible, because starting at 10 a.m. tomorrow, I have already a schedule all the way up till leaving with a plane. So Rochester, New York is where I'm currently located. Today's last chance to have a meetup. So if anybody is in the area, let me know in the chat now or send me a private message somehow, either on the forums, Slack, or Discord, or through email. And we can, I think, arrange something. I'll give you 1 or 2 more minutes to write any questions. My sponsors, you should have link to this stream, so feel free to jump in at any moment. If nothing comes up in the next 4 minutes, I will probably end this up. So, because it will be time to get lunch for me. Right now, I'm thinking of going to Red Robin's, which is a burger chain, good quality burgers, maybe a little bit on the pricey ones for the big and more interesting burgers. But I do have, for a very long time, pretty much as mine as today, a membership which is tied to my old American phone number, which I no longer have, but I do still remember numbers, so I can get into the points, all that stuff. And also means I get a birthday burger, so I get 1 burger for free this month. So I'm planning to utilize that probably today, and then I will go to RIT again to meet with some people. Most likely, I'll have to check my email how that is progressing or not. Any questions about Meteor or anything else that comes in? We have another question here from Ryoki. Last one, because I mean, that's, will we ever see performance improvements on Windows? I know I am an oddball with that. Yes. I've moved from Windows a while ago to Linux, so it's not something, sadly, that I will be pushing personally, because it's kind of out of scope. There is an open bounty, so if anybody wants to move on that to improve the performance on that, yes, I think you will see a performance improvements with Meteor 3, just because of the underlying Node.js performance improvements, and I would say also compatibility with Windows, which of course Meteor is built upon. So I think that is going to have a performance impact as well. Lately also Node.js, thanks to pressure from Dino and other, has been pushing more towards improving the performance and the circuits for mainly creating projects and installing. I think that's where you will see probably the biggest improvements in Meteor 3 in that regard. Because if I remember correctly, again, don't quote me on that, Node, one of the latest, I think it was in Node 20, or maybe not 19 or something like that, that they actually did some performance improvements for file related management and stuff, which of course Meteor is using under the hood, especially when it comes to project creation, installing That's that I think again depends on a node as well, but and depends also how you install it. But uh, best performance was the Choco installer, you say, and the MSI installer way back. Yes, I could see why that is. The problem with those was the maintenance of that, which killed those. The MSI installer would be pretty nice to have. Are you using it also as under the WSL? I think it's called, or no, the subsystem Linux, which could be another one. Also, if you have, I would say, strong enough computer, it might be worth considering like having a virtual machine in which to run Ubuntu or something like that. PowerShell only. I would definitely, if you can look into the Linux subsystem on Linux, that one seems to be easier, but it does take a little bit. Yeah, it has its quirks, as you said. So I've tried that actually to run it with my designers and to get them access to those things, and I think it was like half successful. We'll have to revisit those. Revisit those again and see how we can progress or not. Of course, things are a bit easier on stronger machines. On weaker machines, it's a bit more tricky. But there is a open bounty for this, and hopefully somebody is going to move on that. I saw some discussions lately there as well. Would be nice. Personally, again, as I said, I will not be pushing it because I personally have no use to it, and I don't have anybody paying me for do it. And I think it's not the task I would have taken because it's quite a bit outside of my expertise, because I haven't been really a user of Windows for over a decade. For me, Windows has become more as a gaming platform, so that's where I stand on that. All right, so 2 hours into the stream, I don't see any new questions. Thank you very much for joining me for this birthday stream. Thank you very much for the happy birthday wishes and all the interaction in here as well. I will post once more my GitHub sponsors page. Really appreciate if you can, if you have some spare change to send my way so I can spend more time on free and open source software like Meteor and the community packages. So that the ecosystem can evolve further and we can do more and amazing things as well. With that, I'm getting quite hungry as well, so I'll have to spend a little bit from my sponsors that they send me for this month on a nice lunch. Probably the burger, as I said. Not sure if that'll be my lunch or dinner, one of those. I have to enjoy this because we don't have Red Robins in Europe, and this might be potentially one of my, at least maybe for the next 10 years, I might not be again in America, so I have to enjoy these things to fullest while I can. But hopefully, if things align, I will be back next year again for the Writers Conference and TorahCon and more stuff. But a lot more work needs to be done on that, especially on the business side, to allow me for that. But hopefully, I'll have some good news on that in the future. All right. Without further ado, one more time, thank you very much for joining me. We moved, I think, version 2.16 much closer to have at least a beta or release candidate either later this week or next week, as together with Meteor 3, going into release candidate very soon. And with that, again, thank you very much. Thanks everybody who is my sponsor for supporting me. I hope that some of you watching today who are not sponsors will consider joining my sponsors cohort. Again, with more sponsors, I can spend more time on open source, and I can do more amazing things, and also, for example, afford better graphics and all that stuff. And yeah, starting to blabber around just because I love you guys. So thank you again very much, and I will see you on Monday. Not exactly sure what the topic is going to be. Let me double check here. Like Monday, the 1st of April. 1st of April. I think over the flight back to Europe, I will have to consider topics. I think I might go and do some upgrades on some of the older projects in the Meteor community packages I have been eyeing. There is let's say, a local or private packaging server for Meteor. So I have been eyeing that for a little while to give this a run and try to upgrade it to latest Meteor and see what can be done with it. So I think that will be my next Monday stream to look more into it, which I think will be pretty exciting. All right, thank you again very much, and I will see you on next Monday. Bye-bye.